Hi everyone, and welcome to another video of Terraform. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through Terraform lifecycle policy, especially create before destroy, right? What does this mean? Let me click here on this Terraform icon here, and it's going to take me to my GitHub repository where I have some examples here that we'll be using. This is a public repository. Feel free to kind of clone this down and follow the same step if you want to do so. Now, I will also make sure that I put the link of this GitHub repository in the description of this video, right? And if you click on just example 001, I'm going to explain this thing with examples. I don't kind of like to open my code here through GitHub console. I'll copy this and I clone this repository already. I have it on my local. Let me go ahead and open this. I'll move to the root of the repository first. This is the root of this repository, and let me go ahead and cd into this specific path, and I'll go ahead here and type code here to open my VS Code. And this is the example here. Let me click on the example. The first thing that we set here is just what? It's just the Terraform block, the provider block here. And here, we're trying to create an EC2 instance, right? And I have an AMI ID here that I basically grabbed this one from my AWS account. And this is coming from US East 1, and I hard code the AMI. Please, we can also get this thing dynamically, right? But that's not the purpose. Here, I want to create a T2 micro instance, and I have a key here. I set a key here called the Jenkins underscore key. That key exists already in my account. Please make sure that the key that you put here exists in your account also. And here I have VPC security group. I basically created a security group and I allow all traffic. You can also use Terraform to create that security group, and you refer the security group ID here, right? But that is not the purpose. Make sure that if you want, you change this thing accordingly. Also, I have a subnet here, and also the subnet here, I basically grab one subnet from my default VPC. And here I want to set the root device of this VM to 10 gig. The default one is 8 gig if you don't set this. And we just have some common tag here. Now, this is really, really interesting. Now we have something here called a lifecycle policy. And this lifecycle policy, it is create before destroy. We kind of have a couple of them. We have like create before destroy. We have like cycle, like prevent, destroy, and we still have another life cycle. There are almost 3 that I use frequently in the real world, right? And I will kind of shoot videos for the 2 others that I know, that I'm also aware of, that I use in the real world, right? But this one, what is create before destroy? What happens here is that, let's say this EC2 instance is basically running something like maybe a website. You have a web server in here and you have hosted your website, and you don't really want this thing to go down for some reason, right? You want this thing to be always up and running, because what happens here is that if you're trying to modify something here, like the key, what will happen is that Terraform will go ahead and recreate this instance. If you want to change something like the AMI ID, what happens here is that Terraform will force destroy and recreate this instance. If you change the key, Terraform will force destroy and recreate this instance. Now, by the time that Terraform will force and destroy, recreate the instance, what will happen? You will have a downtime. Will have a downtime. Now, if there is a mechanism that you can create one until it is up before you destroy the one that was currently running, that would be great, right? Yes, this would resolve that. Lifecycle policy create before destroy will make sure that it boot up one instance. Let's say you change this key and put another key. It will go ahead and create another instance with the right key that you provided. And when that instance is up, it will go ahead and destroy the old instance, which is this one running with the key, with this key. If you change the AMI, it will make sure that it launch a new instance first. When you launch that instance, and with the new AMI that you provided, it will go ahead and fire up the old one. Let us go ahead and see this in action. Let me type ls here and type Terraform init to download the provider. And when we download the provider, we'll go ahead and kind of plan and just go ahead and apply because we know exactly what we want to do. Let me go ahead and type Terraform apply. And I'll hit enter. It will go ahead and create this EC2 instance. When this is done, I'm going to modify something. If I hook over to my AWS account, let me log in. AWS, by the way, I'm using one password here to pull credential. Now, let me hook over to EC2 and I'm going to see the key pairs. Here I have 4 key pairs. The one that I use right now is called the Jenkins key. I'm going to copy this key now because after that, I will use this key. I'm going to change the key and put the AWS, the Terraform underscore AWS key, and you guys will see what is going to happen. The resource was created already, and if we kind of check the EC2 dashboard, we will see here that we have one EC2 of our running called the Bastion host, and let us check the tag here to see if the tag here was actually Bastion host. The name that we basically give to our EC2 instance, it should be within the tag. This right here, Bastion host. That looks cool. Sorry. Let me go ahead and change this key name. And I'm going to change the key. And I will type Terraform plan. What will happen is that not just Terraform apply. Terraform will say, hey, something happened. And Terraform destroy is 1. As you guys can see here, plan to add 1 resource, change 0, but destroy 1. If you scroll up, you will see that it wants to force and create that EC2 instance. As you guys can see, this happened, force replacement. This force replacement is going to do what? Terraform the AWS underscore instance dot example must be replaced, which means Terraform will go ahead and do what? And force and recreate this instance. That means it will destroy it and recreate. Now, when we would have yes, we'll see what is going to happen. If Terraform is going to destroy that resource immediately and recreate a new one, or is going to create a new one and shut down the old one. If you say yes, as you guys can see, it is creating one EC2 instance first. It did not just go ahead and fire up and just fire down the one that is running. Look, this one is running. It is still running. It have not yet shut it down, right? See here, AWS, it is creating. Why? Because we use create before destroy. You guys can see here, right? We use create before destroy. Create before destroy. Initializing. And when that is done, is just destroying the old one. It's destroying the old one already, as you guys can see. But what happened here is that it went ahead here and do what? It create a new one, and right here it is destroying. And that is what the create before destroy is doing. Now, I can change this a little bit again and switch stuff around. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and do this. I am going to change the key back to Jenkins, and I'm going to remove the lifecycle policy, and we'll see the behavior, which means it will try to recreate the instance again, right? It will try to recreate the instance again. As you guys can see, if we scroll up, it will force and recreate. Now, let me fire up Terraform, and we'll see the behavior. I will say yes. Now, as you guys can see, the behavior changed now when there is no lifecycle policy. It is destroying the current instance immediately. Oh, The first one, it create a new instance first. It create an instance before it destroy. And that's lifecycle policy, create before destroy. That means it will create it before it can destroy. As you guys can see, this one now, it is destroying first. If we don't have a lifecycle policy, Terraform will force destroy before it's going to create. As you guys can see, it is creating now. But what happened here? We have a downtime here, right? Because Terraform destroy the instance already, and this time around it is creating that instance. When we have a lifecycle policy, Terraform will make sure that it create a new instance first before it can go ahead. It create it before it can create a new one before it can destroy. You guys can see the difference. And that's it for this video, guys. When you are done, make sure that you clean up. And if you like this video, please let us know in the comment below. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so that when we publish a new video, you will be notified. And also, please follow us on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and so on. Thank you. Bye-bye.